In a land many years before YouTube was even a glimmer in the heart of the internet, there existed one festival, there existed one VHS distribution that rose above everything else in the hardcore scene. If you came up in the 90s or early 2000s, the word Hellfest means a whole lot to you. It's not the same these days, even though Hellfest is still a festival. It just happens in France, and it's like one of those outdoor European festivals. That's not the same thing. We're going to be talking about what started as Syracuse 3-Day Fest 97. Now this was a hardcore music fest in Syracuse, as it says in the name, that had about 30 bands on the bill, so pretty modest beginnings. Holy shit, dude, look at this. This is history right here. It wasn't until 1999 that the Syracuse 3-Day Fest would change its name to Hellfest. And there's a whole bunch of different rumors out there as to how it got its name. But because Syracuse got pretty hot in their summer months when it happened, they were like, oh, it's hot like hell, so it's the Hellfest. How friggin' clever is that? And these are pictures from that 1999 Hellfest on the Stuck in the Past blog. Photos are coming to us from Chip Sem. This is Snapcase. Oh man. Look at all this shit. This is fucking, what a time to be alive. Oh yeah, look at the way this guy looks. That's amazing. It's the guy from Disembodied. 1999 Hellfest. Beautiful. So anyway, the festival would grow year after year after year, and as it would grow, different complications would arise. And in 2005, the festival would end because it just grew too big for itself. It didn't get the right permits, it didn't get the right insurance, and of course, Johnny Law was like, hey buddy, you can't have this festival, even though you booked 188 bands to play it. Sorry, they're not going to be able to play. So what ended up happening was that, of course, they refunded all the tickets 3 days before the show was supposed to happen. So in less than 10 years, Hellfest went from having 30 bands booked to having 188 bands booked. That's like every single band in the scene, then some. And not only did they have every single band booked to play their festival, they were putting out DVDs and documentaries and all sorts of VHS tapes and raking in the money. This really had the potential to be something huge. It could have brought hardcore to like crazy new levels that like Warped Tour would eventually go to. But that could have been Hellfest, and I don't think it was, because they just didn't set themselves up for success. This is Bane playing in the year 2002, and just look how crazy it is, man. Like, it's fucking packed, you got a multicam setup, a whole bunch of people are so stoked for this shit to be happening, and if the fucking guys running the business here just stayed on track, because hardcore didn't go anywhere, hardcore's still around, and we could have still had Hellfest to this day. It could have been a thing that occurred in the States with all the hardcore bands playing, but no, not anymore. Hellfest is now held in France, and it's just like this big metal outdoor European festival thing.